a very quick, well, I think it's going to be quick, sketchbook tour in my Canson's Mixed Media XL sketchbook. It's just a mini one. It's not going to be the whole sketchbook. I'll probably do a whole sketchbook tour when I finish the sketchbook, but at the moment I'm just doing one for the 2 weeks I spent in Mojacar in Spain just now. Just spent it just now. I did at least half a page every day for 2 weeks in the sketchbook, and I'm just going to show you a quick flick through of what I did. Talk about how I motivated myself and how sometimes it was difficult to motivate myself, and just basically show you how I sketched every single day. I'm not going to do that now in my life every day, but it was good for while I was away. So yes, this is Canson XL Mixed Media sketchbook. I really like it. I'll talk about it later when I do a full sketchbook tour. I don't know if I'll get it again, but I do like it. So here I've just got some little tickets and stuff, and some napkins from the places I ate. So this is the day of arrival. We got there about midday, so we had quite a bit of time to just sit by the pool and relax. This is done in ballpoint pen. Most of what I've got in here, in fact all of what I've got in here, is either done in ballpoint pen or watercolour or both. Originally I was going to paint this later in the flat and add some colour, but I actually really like the way it looks just in the ballpoint pen sketch. Especially like this here. And I think it's quite funny that I made these little trees here look a little bit like penguins. I think they look a little bit like penguins. That wasn't on purpose, but I think it's cute. I've got some palm trees later that I think I do a little bit better than these ones here, but I think I'm generally quite happy with day one. And then I've got the first watercolour that I did by the beach. It's quite unfinished and I used a lot of water. Although that wasn't such a problem using the amount of water I used, because as it was so hot, it dried really easily. I didn't need to wait that long for it to dry because it's so hot in the sun. But the fact that it was so hot is why I didn't quite finish all of these. As you can see, I don't know if you can see, but I've got little red pencil sketches here. I don't know if they show up very well, but they're like buildings and trees and stuff. But it was a lot of detail to force myself to do so early on and in one go in the heat. It wasn't really feasible. And as you can see here, I've just got a really messy line between the two, and they are very close. After this, I bought some masking tape while I was away, so the next pages, all of them have a much bigger gap and a much straighter line, and I think it looks much neater. I don't really like how close these are and how messy this line is. I think it's not very nice. So then this is both one day. So first, when I was out, I sketched my boyfriend who I was on holiday with, just in ballpoint pen, just while we were sat having a drink for lunch. This was in Lorca. We went for the day, and then we went to the castle, Lorca Castle, and bumped into the hairy bikers because the world is tiny. And the thing is because even though I'd already done one piece for this day, I wanted to be able to Instagram the fact that I bumped into the hairy bikers, and I didn't just want to post the photograph because I don't really post photographs on Instagram anymore, and I'm trying to get some, I don't know, hashtag branding and stuff. So I'm just trying to get something quite neat on my Instagram page. So I did a quick painting of the photograph that I took. I used my phone screen, so it's quite it wasn't the best quality photo, but it was okay. obviously I'm not used to working so small, so that was something that was very good about these last 2 weeks. I forced myself to work very, very small, or for me, very, very small, using half a page. And I didn't use as much water as I have used in the past, which I thought was when I've done watercolor. I tend to use too much water really, but this I used a lot less water, and actually for the pieces that I've done later as well, I've used a lot less water than I would have done in the past, and I think that it's really worked in my favor, particularly working small. So I think maybe that's something that for people to think about if they use a little bit less water, maybe. But really, I'm kind of pleased with this. I like the clothes, especially. I like the details on the clothes. Perhaps if I went over it with pencil crayon or something, but I'm not very. Me and pencil crayon don't get on that well, so it's not really my thing. So I don't know if I'll be able to do that. But anyway, I quite like this the way it is. And then this is one of my favorite pieces from the whole 2 weeks. I say one of my favorites. There's a few that I like as much as this. I think I liked the first one, which is very different. But again, I used a lot less water. Well, I mean, I used water to dilute it, but I didn't use as much water on my brush. So I mixed the paints in my watercolor palette and with quite a bit of water, but didn't put so much on my brush at a time, and I thought that worked much nicer. If I remember correctly, I put the sky in this later. Every one of them apart from the one with the hairy bikers, I at least did the sketch from life rather than from a photo. I didn't use photos for any of them, but some of them I added paint later, like this one. This one I did the ballpoint pen sketch while in a restaurant in the evening on the Pueblo, on the Plaza Nueva. I'm not really good at Spanish, but yeah, the Plaza Nueva. And I did the sketch, and then I painted it later, exaggerating the colors and making it as simplified as possible. But I just think that it helped me recognize where the bars for the plaza were and where the building was, and the fact that it was nighttime and things like that, So I'm glad I added paint later. It's quite messy, but it is just a sketch, so I don't really mind so much. This is one of my other favorite pieces. This day, by this Sunday, this was done in the evening. We'd gone for a drive during the day. But I didn't really sit and sketch at all during the day. So this was in the evening when we'd done all the things, and I didn't know what to draw. I was like, I don't want to do anything. And so I just put my shoes down in the corner of the tiles in the living room and just did a really simplified version of what it looked like. And I think that that's just really, really nice. You have to be able to know what to leave out, I think, a lot of the times. And later on, I've got one where I think I could have left some of the things out that I put in. So this one I'm really pleased with because I didn't do all of the details on the shoes or on the tiles. I just did what it needed, and I think the colours work really nice. And this blue standing out is really, I find it very pretty. I like this blue a lot. So yeah, no, I'm really pleased with this one. This day I've actually got another half a page on the next page that I did with this. We went to a butterfly farm, and I love butterflies. I just sketched a lot. I don't know if you can see the red pencil sketches that I've done. I painted these at home. I didn't get the paint out in the butterfly farm because it was very, very humid, very damp in the air, and I was a bit worried about it just constantly being. I just didn't think it would dry, so I did the painting at home from memory, but I've got the sketches. This is an atlas moth. I don't think you can see it, but there's another butterfly just here, and one just here, and a flower here. And I really enjoyed that. But I ran out of space, and I just wanted to be able to. I just wanted to sit in that butterfly farm forever and just draw forever. But so I did something on the next page. Just this little tiny little sketch of some leaves. In real life, there were a lot more leaves. I was gonna add like butterflies flying in and out, I think, but when it came to it, I quite like this, quite simple as a sketch, and maybe I can do something bigger later. I didn't want to do all the leaves. I made a conscious choice to not just keep adding leaves and leaves and leaves and leaves and leaves, because I like it just simple and as a study of just these leaves like this. And this is the next day. This was a Tuesday. It was a cloudy day, I think, and we spent the day inside. So I just sketched my boyfriend reading. And I'm really pleased with this. I think I got his expression really nice. His face is not like perfect because it's so small. I can't work so small. So I didn't get his face exactly, feature perfect. But I like the hair, and I think that the way I think it just conveys a ness of him, I feel. I don't know. And I'm pleased with the book. The hands are a bit messy, but they're mostly fingers. Then they're missing most of the hand. I almost feel it's quite, I think Quentin Blake. I don't know if I mean Quentin Blake, but I think, yeah, as an illustrative style, quite, yeah, Quentin Blake. But so that's not such a bad thing, I guess. This day, I did not want to draw. I didn't want to do anything. We were by the pool, and I didn't want to draw any of the things by the pool. Everything seemed boring. I'd already done it all. I didn't want to do anything. And then I just did some palm trees again, and I quite like the way they turned out. I feel like they're quite small, and I was a bit worried that it was a little bit of a cop-out because it's all of this space here that I didn't do anything in. So I felt a bit like, oh, I should really do something else, but as a quick study, it's not so bad, I guess. This one was on the beach. This is toilets. I did it much too big, so the opposite problem of the day before, meaning that it should have been finished a lot further off because there was actually 3 doors, because they're toilets. So it was woman's, disabled, and a man's, but I couldn't fit the whole thing, so I just put 2 doors. I liked the colours. It's very quick. I didn't do many layers to it. When I do a watercolour piece at home, when I've got a lot of time, I do lots of layers and I do lots of shadows and I put a lot of effort into it. But this was, by necessity, very quick. All of them were very quick, and I had to just kind of get as much down as possible, which I enjoyed. I really enjoyed doing that. The lines for this are so wobbly because I don't draw straight lines very well, so everything's really wobbly and like messy. But I quite like that. I enjoy that. I think that's quite. I can pretend it's a stylistic choice, so that I enjoy. This was done very late in the evening, as the sun set. I painted this, sat on the balcony. It was getting darker. I don't feel super happy with this one. I did it because I liked these because I liked these street lights. I like these street lights a lot. And I think that they turned out the best of the whole sketch. So really it's a win because I did it for the street lights, but I'm not happy about all of the around the road or anything. I didn't get any of the road markings in or anything. It was very quick and I was tired. I didn't want to be doing it. So I just kind of had to force myself to do this one. And I'm not overjoyed with the way it turned out, but I like the straight lights. So That's not such a problem. This one, again, I wish this is the one where I feel like I added too much. It doesn't need this lights and fans. It doesn't need it. I wish I'd just done this window bigger. It was a window in the kitchen. Well, a window from the living room to the kitchen. So that's my boyfriend in the kitchen. And I wish I'd done just the window bigger and not added anything else. Because that was the important part, and I couldn't get all of the details that I wanted in here, and I put too many details out here. So, but I was distracted by watching Jennifer Lopez in the wedding planner on the telly, so that was my fault. I was watching the telly. This one was the second to last full day that we had. We went to Pueblo in the morning, and I did some sketching there. And I'm again this one. I think I really like this one. It looks a bit like a castle rather than what it actually looked like, but I enjoyed doing it. This one was the only time when I was sketching outside when somebody came over to me and talk to me about it, which I know a lot of people kind of hate. Like they just want to get on with their work, but I'm like a social introvert, so I really I won't approach other people or talk to other people, but I really appreciate when people come and talk to me. I like it when people are friendly to me, and also I'm desperate for external validation. so I really liked it when a nice gentleman came over and told me, he spoke in Spanish, but he was very nice. I think he did tell me that I should draw somewhere else as well, but I didn't. We wanted to move on by that point. It was very hot. But I took some pictures, so maybe I will later do a bigger piece of the place that he told me to draw. And then this is the very last day that I did. So it's the last full day. I didn't do any drawing or sketching on the day that we were traveling, because we were traveling literally all day. So I just did this on the roof of the building that we were living in. I just sketched one of the buildings I could see. This one I'm really, really pleased with. I was very calm when I was doing it, and I just really enjoyed it. It's not perfect, but I really like it. I really like the colours. I think it's very soft, very, very light. And I really like this one. I really think it's really pretty. So that's that. So I've got the. So yes, thank you for watching. I will have another video on Tuesday. I will be going back to my regular schedule of doing my inspired by videos. So my booktube videos will be on Tuesday every week from now on. And I also got a lot of footage. I did some filming while I was away, so hopefully by next Thursday there should be a full vlog video to go with this sketchbook flick through video, showing you all of the things. So look forward to that. It should be it's probably going to be about half an hour, but hopefully it won't be any longer than that. But yeah, no, it'll be a nice little vlog with all of the things that I did these days, probably with some footage of me sketching these sketches, which I don't know, you might find interesting. You can see where I actually was and how I managed it. Yeah, so like I say, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and hit the bell for notifications, and so you can know when I will post my next videos. And follow me on Instagram. and Patreon, links in the description below for, any updates. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Bye!